Why do people seek your help?
That's a big question, and it really depends on who they are, depends on who's coming. Typically my clients are advisors of one kind or another, usually financial advisors, or they'll be executives or CEOs in a variety of different kind of fields.
What is it about your background? You have a background in military, you have a background in martial arts, you are financially trained. Where do you pull your information from?
The common thread that seems to run through my background, the thing that people usually will remark about when they find out what's in my background is they'll say, oh, you must be very disciplined. First was the martial arts for me. That started at a young age. I was 12. Then the Marine Corps, and then I was a financial advisor after that. So people look at the themes and they find, well, there must be some discipline there. And so they're usually looking for something either that they identify with or something that they want for themselves that's from that background.
Are they accurate in their perception, or is there?
Mostly yes, sometimes no. If they only knew, you know, I have my my clutter and my things that are human, but I also do have a lot of consistency in the work that I do.
There is something about martial arts that seems not forgiving, whereas coaching seems to be very supportive. How do you balance working with a client given your experience in the martial arts? There's a phrase, ruthless compassion. You know, it's not always the most compassionate thing to just let people get away with what they've always done. Sometimes you need to name the elephant in the room. You need to talk about what's actually going on. And so martial arts has sometimes the reputation for being very strict, but it's not always really about that. Usually it's about helping people take their game to another level, whether it's martial arts or coaching. The process is really about moving forward, getting bigger. These are difficult times for a lot of people. People in the financial world, people who have used financial services. How do you deal with someone who is experiencing extreme loss or remorse over what's happened in our economy?
I think you have to be honest, you know, brutally honest at any point on what's actually going on. If people are, you know, devastated by the loss of career, complete change of career sometimes, failure of a business that didn't work or that was crushed by the economy, or just, you know, the setback, sometimes the temporary setback of what happens with the changes. First step is to be honest about what's really there. Then, once you've dealt with that and made your peace with what's true, then it's to focus on opportunities, not to be bogged down in what's difficult or focus on the problem or the obstacle. Too much focusing on the obstacle is really what holds people back. Whether it's in a business setting or a personal setting, something that a person's just interested in. Most of my clients come for a business reason. Frankly, most people are looking to increase their business one way or the other. They usually find in the process that they're going to grow personally so that their business can grow, because those two things are always connected. But the obstacles and the glass ceilings have always been shattered by people who are paying attention to what's possible and what's the opportunity in front of them, not what's held them back in the past or what's been in the way.
Isn't it difficult to learn new things? How do you work with someone to try something new?
They've got to be willing. The participant, whether it's in a martial arts setting as a student or in the coaching environment as the client, they have to bring their motivation. I don't do the stand up rah 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 thing. I'm not there to, you know, to inspire. If people get inspired from the work that we do, that's fantastic. But the work is really more process driven so that they can take the natural talent and the natural inspiration that they already have and take that to the new level.
What about ghosts? People have ghosts in their lives, voices that say, you can't do this, you can't do that. Why should you have this or why should you have that? How do you help them deal with that?
Again, whether, you know, here's another crossover point between martial arts and coaching. You have to be willing, at a certain point you plateau. And if you're going to get off that plateau and move forward, you have to be willing to look into some dark places sometimes. And what's helpful in that is being able to, you know, do that yourself or go along with somebody who's looked at some of those dark places and knows the way in and out of them. So ghosts, everybody has them. Everybody has things in their past. We have those things that
that stick. We have comments that we've heard from parents, teachers, clergy, anybody that we've, that was important to us along the way. And sometimes those things stick and stick hard, and we have to know what they are. If you can unhook from those things and get back to those roots. Here's the fine line, because now we're talking about a dance. We're talking about really a gray area between coaching and something else, might be therapy. There is a gray area. On one extreme, if coaching happens on a continuum from left to right, where one end is personal coaching, the other is business coaching. On the far end of personal coaching, almost before it becomes therapy, there's restorative coaching. So getting over things from the past, taking action to get stronger or get bigger in that area, I call that restorative coaching. And it's on the border, and it creates questions sometimes, but we have to be clear that we're not doing therapy. We're not going to go back and fix the past, but we are going to learn from it. The focus of the work is all sustainable growth. Regardless of what the client might be showing up for or the student might be showing up for in the martial arts world, everything that we do has to be oriented on helping a person stay in a game that they love over the long haul. This is about taking something that they know that they're passionate about, something that maybe they've been successful at or they think they want to try, and helping them go further and further with it in a way that they can live with, for a lifetime perhaps.